Right, in order to do the water pump on the Mondeo, same engine as the Ford Fiesta, Kuga and Cmax, I believe. This is the 1.5. You will need either 2 jacks or jack the car up here, stick, I forgot the bloody name now, my head's all over the place at the minute. Stick one of them under for support, and then you'll need a jack underneath the engine, because the first thing you are going to have to do is take off this engine mount, which from memory is some 18s. So in a second, because that's a 19, yep. So of course only Ford would use an 18, because why not? So right, so you got 18s there, and then I think that is a 16. $15. Oh. It's not the best idea to put bolts on there, because they slide down in there and then you've lost them for a while. Just more messing about. So I'll get that off there, take the engine mount off. You'll need a 15 or 16 spanner, I can't remember, but let's check. Where's my 15? I'm probably looking right at it, but I can't see it. It's my 16 that's out. Bloody hell's that gone? Oh, right there. So basically you get your 16 on there. It is a 15. You get your 15 on there, and you pull it back and you stick a drill bit in that hole, and that allows you to take off the auxiliary belt like that. You will also need the main driver's side wheel off, because you need to get that pulley wheel off there, which I think is an 18 as well. So let's do that now. Really, you can really force this back, or you can just take the 10 mils off and do it that way. I've had enough of this car at the minute, so God, I might end up having to take them off, to be honest. Ow. There we go. As well as that, you'll need a 10 to take out the crank position sensor. So get a 10 for that. I did that bolt though. There. Ignore the fact that the rest of the engine is in pieces. I'm currently taking the head off, but I figured while I'm doing that I'll show you how to take this off. So we need a 10 for that, which is bars up there. No, need that off, and you need to carefully remove the cable out of there. Don't pull it toward and snap your cable. I usually like to put bolts back in places so I know where they've come from. And then what you're going to need a size 7 and take out all the cover. So you've got one there. And you've got one there, and there, and there. You'll need those two out as well. You'll need all of these out to get this off. And then you've got one there. There in the middle. Oh, and you need this pulley off as well. So, that looks like a 10, I think. It's 10 or a 12. It's 10. Whatever you do, do not get your finger trapped. If that drill bit comes out of there and you get your finger stuck, now I can't remember, in that gap, if you get your finger stuck in that gap, well, it'd be this gap actually, but my god, that sucks. And then the last one, I think is, yeah, it's there, in the middle. It's 4. Now from memory, it's this cover off before that can come off because it clips behind there. So I need a 7. 10 a 10 and this 3 7s. That's an 8, not a 7. Oh, I'm not going to be able to get that with that. I'm going to have to use a hand one. Oh, and there's an extra one in there, I remember now, because this was cracked when I took it off. Somebody had done it before and broke it. So once you've got that top one off, you should be able to pull this off now. It just pulls out and lifts up. Because when you come to put it back on, you have to have your bottom one on first, and then when it goes in, it slots in first. Right, and now you've got one there. From memory, these all hold themselves in. to do? I'm sure there's another somewhere. There, that bottom. And then there's that last one that I pointed out from underneath. So there's 4 in the bottom and 4 in the top. And then it's easiest from memory if you just take it out the bottom. So you'll pull it up the side there. Okay, so that's the access to it, and then what you want to do is you need to loosen or tighten. I can't remember now, but I'm going to show you in a minute, and I think it's a 13. But just before I do that, I want to line up the holes. So you've got a hole there. I believe there's a hole there to go into that pin, and then there should be one on the wheel, it's on the crank itself. So you're going to want a 2018 on a medium. Oh look, I've got one already. Oh, you're going to have to put that back on. Forgot, you've got to put that back in because you need to be able to turn it. Now what you're going to need is some drill bits. From memory, that one's an 8, I think. Yeah, actually seems a little bit larger, maybe a 9 or 9.5. Might be a bit bigger actually, it might be a... Oh, I know what I need. So when you turn your crank, you can turn it clockwise. Oh, that's not going to work, is it? It's not tight enough. Turn it clockwise. It's not really advised to turn it counterclockwise. I'm sure you can turn it just a little bit. Right, I'll be right back. Alright, so what I went to fetch is, now this is for a transit, but that bit is no good. But these 3 things from memory all fit. So this is the correct one for the top. Obviously it ain't gonna fit now because I went too far with it, and then them 2 will do the other bits. So now I can get rid of the DIY drill bits if you like. So I forgot way around again. That lines up. I can visually see that that lines up, and to be fair, that shouldn't turn once once everything else is in. Oh, maybe they don't fit that. I thought they did. Oh no, that one does. So that one fits there. That one fits there, but from memory, the bottom one doesn't. I need a drill bit for that, and I think it's a 5mm. Although you can see this, I'm going to try and get it in there, but there's... I'll have to take camera off my head. So You see that wheel? You've got around the top, see the two round holes, or one round hole. You should be able to slot the drill bit into that top round hole, and then that's basically where everything's locked. So somewhere here is a hole. The hole for it is there, and if I didn't know better, I would say that that has jumped a tooth. Although everything else is really well lined up, so... I'm just going to try and tighten that bolt up and then turn it back ever so slightly. Right, there we go. That's there. It hasn't jumped a tooth, it was just slightly out. Not slightly out, you know what I mean. I'm surprised there's as much movement as that. So you can see that that is in line. That, I don't know how well you can see. Oh, unfortunately I've got a torch on me. So let me check my phone. So you see the drill bit goes through the hole and then it goes into the hole on the housing. So that's where it needs to be. I'm going to try a slightly big... I think that's where it's going to be. And then you've got the one there. That's your three that you want. And then what we're going to do is we're going to get, I think it's either a 12 or a 13. It's a Ford, so I'm going to go with it being a 12. It's a 13. I don't know why I said 12, because 12's Jap. But everything's so odd on this. Instead of 19s, it's a 19. Instead of a 16, it's a 15 for a lot of stuff. And then there's just some random sizes fitted. So we've got that. We want the one that I've just had a second ago, medium ratchet. Go on, someone tell me where I've put it. Just had it in my hand. It's on the thing. It's on the crank. So then what we're going to do is now when you get your new one of these with the water pump, I just realised my water pump hasn't come with a new one of those. Well, that's shit. So your new water pump, well, I've only ordered a water pump and ordered a kit. So when you get your belt, sorry, it should come with a water pump. You should definitely do that at the same time, and it should come with a new tensioner. And the tensioner will have something in it, like a pin or something. Don't pull that out until you've got it all in place. God damn, I put that on tight. Did you hear it loosen itself off? So now I'm only replacing the water pump on this because I put one on. It's done 1500 miles and I think it's failed already. There's a new one, so I'm not right impressed. Right, there we go. So now that belt, so when you come to redo this, basically you tension it up with that. Now when I do it, I'm gonna have to obviously end the video here because I need to take the belt off, because I've got to get this off and I've got to get the head off, which obviously all this needs to come off in order to do that. So I'll end the video here, and then when I come back it'll be me putting it back on. So, and I'll show you how this should be lined up, etc.
A few moments later.
Alright, to remove your water pump, take out all the bolts. There's 7 of them and they are a size 8. It might pop straight off. Mine IRTV'd on, so it might be a bit stiff. It might be a lot stiff. Jesus. So I'll get this off and then I'll clean it up. You want to get it off, clean it up, put your new gasket on, replace your water pump. And the setting for the torque setting for the new bolts is 20 Newton meters. Sorry, not new bolts. The setting for the bolts that you're going to reuse are 20 Newton meters. Okay, we are back now at the point just before a few moments later. The engine is back together, and I've just shown you there where the drill bit should go, and now we're going to put the belt in place, which can be quite a fidgety job. So what I've done here is, rather than watching me struggle from a top-down position with a camera angle you can barely see, I've included reference images. The first one is obviously the belt and how it should be positioned. The others are the pins, and the 5th image, which I'll get to in a second, is how the belt tensioner should go. Now, the image on the Haynes manual isn't that obvious, so I've included the photo of mine when it's been installed. Now, in order to do that, what you need to do is you need to put a socket on so that you can tighten it. Right, we're there now. That's the image I'm on about. You need to put a socket on the top bolt, and at the same time pop an Allen key in the bottom hole. And what you're going to do is you're going to use the Allen key to put tension on that belt until that middle pin with the little hole is pointing directly in the middle of that cutout, and at that point tighten the bolt up to spec. And the last thing I would say is that when you put the belt on, make sure that the belt is as tight as possible between the crank pulley and the camshaft pulley. So you might have to really, I don't know how to say it, but you might have to wiggle the cams a bit so that it's tight over the cogs, and then fit the rest of the belt. That's the best way to do it so it doesn't jump a tooth. Right, after you've put all your timing belt on, what you need to do next is get your 18 on a ratchet, and you're going to turn it clockwise by hand. And what you want to do is you want to do this for two full rotations, and make sure that these holes, as they are now, all line back up. If they do, you've done it right. If they don't, either your belt's not tensioned properly and it's slipped, or you've set it wrong. That's back in there. So now, all being well, that's lined up, so this should, fingers crossed, I think we had this problem before, didn't we, where yeah, it's fine. Just turning it a bit too much per hand, but basically that drill bit's in there, that bit's in there, and that hole is lined up there, so we are good. And you could, just for good measure, do it as many times as you want by hand, because the more times it lines up by hand, the less likely it is to be wrong when you start the car up. Obviously at this point everything's done. All you've got to do is pop your covers back on, put the pulley wheel back on with the nut to spec, start the car. If you hear any dodgy noises at all, stop the car immediately and double check your timing. Holes still line up. I hope this video has been helpful. If it has, do the obvious. Check out my other videos too. Thank you very much.